Just bear with me a second while I get things set up here. Just refreshing to get this up on my screen. There we go. I think we are good. All right. Now we'll just adjust this camera a bit. Hope it's not too dizzying for you. A little bit of a time delay. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Miss Carol. Welcome. I think we're okay. I tried to zoom in a little bit tonight. We're going to do things a little different. Okay, I just need to do a quick intro and then we're going to get started. Hey, everyone. My name is Shel Anderson and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I do short lunch break with Shel video tutorials Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Standard Time. And I also do Facebook Lives Wednesday nights at 6:30. We are going to be having a play with products from the annual catalog tonight. We're going to be giving the celebration, well, celebration is done, but we're going to be giving the celebration, the mini catalog, a little rest. I am featuring products from the annual catalog tonight. On page 40, there is the stamp set called The Biggest Wish. We are going to be using that for our greetings. On page 68, we are going to be having a play with the Nature's Harvest bundle. I love that bundle. And we're pairing it with the Honeybee Home bundle found on page 74. So we are going to be making 2 cards tonight, and they are different but similar. So let's get started. I put all the measurements on my post advertising this video. However, I will be posting a free tutorial at the end of the week, so you don't need to worry about rushing and writing those down. Okay, so my card base today is Balmy Blue. Wow, had a mental lapse there. And we're going to grab some Tombow, and we are going to adhere this to the inside of our card. Whoever is here, please put a comment in the chat. Hello, Pam. Glad you could make it. There we go. Tonight's card is going to be very easy, and you're going to love it because you can use scraps from your scrap bin. So that is an added bonus for tonight. So that's our card base. We're just going to set that aside. And I am going to bring in some strips. So I have 3 strips of DSP. And these are Orchid Oasis. And I'm supposed to have, yes I do have 3 strips of the, what's it called? Fancy Flora 6x6 DSP. All right, so we are just going, now take a look at this. I could use either side of this very easily, but I'm going to go with the pastel, the very light one, because I'll explain why I did that in a bit. But for the purposes of this card, the lighter the DSP, the better. And we're just going to center those up in the middle of these strips. So in an earlier video, I was telling you guys about putting my Tombow in the icing bottle. Well, I had a disaster. I forgot to put the pin back in the top of the bottle. And when that happened, I got a clog. And when I got a clog, of course, I tried to squeeze the bottle. I stuck a pin in it and I tried to squeeze the bottle, and you know what happened. I had glue everywhere. So I've gone back to this little tiny one that is really, really easy to squeeze. All right. So we have our 3 strips. Now this one is going to be landscape. And we are going to put these strips on our card. Something like this. Make sure I'm in camera view here. Something like this. And we're just going to glue them flat. Now if you wanted to, you could emboss this back layer. I'm not going to tonight. I'm just going to keep it simple because that's what this is supposed to be, a simple card that you can use up those little 1-inch and less pieces of cardstock and DSP. This one here, the cardstock strips are 1 inch and the DSP are 3/4 of an inch. And I don't know about you guys, but I have tons of that stuff. Something like that. I always like to do my top and bottom first. And that way I can just split the difference and put the middle one in. Oops. Hopefully I could put it in straight. All right, so there is the backdrop for our card. Now I have to make a decision. I have a matte layer here, and I need to know whether I want to keep it this way or if I want to keep it, heavens, this way. I'm having a Monday on a Wednesday. I don't think I want that. So we'll take that piece and put it back out of the way. So I'm going to now do some stamping on here with the Biggest Wish. And we can put whatever greeting we want on here. I think this time I'm just going to put thanks. Keep it simple. But I am going to bring the Stamparatus in because I know I'm going to want to stamp this more than once. So we will just get this set up. And I think I'm going to use 2 magnets this time, just because these stamps are so sticky. See, they try to pull that paper right up. Okay, once you get ink on it, it's better. Now, I need to do something and make a decision here. I pre-cut these flowers out, but I don't know whether I want a darker flower or the same. In the comments, give me your opinion. Darker flower or the same? Because that's going to determine the ink color that I use. I think this kind of gets lost, don't you? Let me know your opinion, ladies. Darker or the same? I gotta find my Orchid Oasis ink. Same, and okay, Pam has to be the tiebreaker, or our invisible guest. So we have 2 darker and 1 the same. All right, so I am going to stamp in Oasis ink, or Orchid Oasis ink first, and see if I like it. I can always go darker with the navy. But I cannot go lighter. And I like it. That actually is kind of a cross that when you stamp it twice, it's plenty dark enough. All right. Now we're having an issue with our fingers and we can't close the ink pad. All right, we'll just set it aside because I'm not going to curse at it on live video. All right, now I need, oh, I have a tip for you guys tonight. A wonderful tip. We're always learning something. I learned something this week. This time of year, you know how your car gets like so messy? Well, I do what I call the $2 special. There's a car wash close to my house, and when my car gets really dirty, I just run it through this car wash. It's a self-serve car wash, and give it what I call a $2 rinse off, just to get all the salt and crap off your car and the dirt, because it only lasts a couple of days and it's all dirty again, right? When I was there the other day, they had these beautiful, look at the size of this cloth, big cloth, and you can tell by the stains on it what I'm using it for. I'm using it in my craft room. They are wonderful, super, super absorbent. Love it. So there's a tip. I paid $2 for that cloth at the car wash. So that's a little tip. So now you see why I chose, if you look at this side and this side, the greeting is going to stand out better on the lighter side. That's why I chose that side. Okay, now we need some dimensionals. And to take your pick tool, and we'll get those little backs off. Come on, get off there. All right, now let's get those flowers off, and we will just center this the best we can. I think I have to lift that up for a minute, ladies. Just going to lay it there lightly. There we go. I'm happy with that. All right, now I am going to put one of those And of course not. These ones didn't cut out as well. I'm definitely going to put the darker ones on, so I'm going to have to poke these little bits and pieces out that didn't come out. So, funny story. Any of you that saw my blog post today about Detective Shel, I got all excited this afternoon because Stampin' Up! Announced there was going to be an announcement at 3 o'clock about the new colors. So I'm all excited that they're going to announce to us what they are. Do you know what they did? They just announced that they'd let us know on the 29th of March. So they were just creating hype. I was so disappointed. So I guess I don't know anything until March, but my guesses still stand. I really think that those are going to be the choices. All right, let's see if I can make a mess with this, because I'm not using my silicone mat and a sponge. I'm going to wing it. Or I think I am. That's a lot. That was a lot. Maybe I should have. Let's flip this over and carefully press it in place. There we go. I think I need to put a drop on the back of that one. There we go. Now we'll do the same with this one. Don't want to squeeze it too much. I'm just getting used to how much to squeeze this bottle, and it's not very much, my friends. I don't think I have enough on that time. Let's tip this back. Tip this back. There we go. All right. Give that a minute. And while I'm doing that, we will bring in some embellishments. I'm just going to throw these other two in my bits box because we'll use those at another time. And I'm wondering, I think I might use some of those milky dots in that pinky color. This is my guess. Let's grab one and see what it looks like. I think I'm just going to put 3 same size ones on here. And that is going to be our card. Isn't that pretty? I love that paper. Now I'm going to put these away and I'm going to bring in the one that I made a couple of days ago and show you an alternate for this one. And then we'll go on to our next one. I still think, bear with me a minute, I'm going to make a knot. I think that needs a little something something there. Just a little knot perhaps. And I'm using the navy because I want it to kind of pull in that a little bit. Still too long. Shorten them up a bit. And a glue dot. There we go. There. That kind of finishes it off a little bit, I think. Now, I'm going to bring in an alternate and show you an alternate with the same layout in different colors. This one is with the Penguin Punch Bundle and just a different DSP, different layout. This one's just plain white card base. So this is the same stamp set, just a different greeting. So it's super, super easy. This layout is really versatile. You can pick whatever you want to embellish it with. All right. That's those two. We're going to move on to our next card. Let me clean up a little bit here. And we'll bring in my next kit. Yes, those penguins are super cute. All right, this time we have a basic black card base. And once again, we have a basic white liner. Surprise! I'm not a vanilla person. I very rarely use the very vanilla. I know that a lot of people use it, but the only time I really use vanilla is if I'm going for a vintagey look or a distressed look. That's about the only time that I use it. All right, that's our card base. Now, oh, yes, I forgot. For the inside this time, I have fussy cut one of the flowers from the Favored Flowers. And if you look here at the bottom, this is a perfectly straight line. That's because that was the bottom of the DSP. So I just left that, and I'm just going to glue that right on to the inside of the card at the bottom, like so. That way I didn't have to waste much DSP because this was just a little piece that was left over. Otherwise, if I wanted a complete flower with leaves, I would have to waste this, and I didn't want to. So I'm just layering that right on that line at the bottom, and that pretties up the inside. All right. Now, this time for stamping, we are going to choose a different greeting. This time we are going to choose, maybe we'll mix the fonts. How about we do hello and then friend in writing? Hello and friend. Try something different. And because I should try to see if I can get this ink pad. Ah, there, I got it. I was wrestling with it before, man. All right. This time because the DSP is so dark and the opposite side of the DSP is also dark and I didn't want to cut anymore because I was using scraps, I've opted for a piece of basic white for our greeting. So we will get this in place. And straight And we're going to do hello at the top. You know, I know that I'm not going to be able to use that because it won't stamp, because these seem to be thicker than the photopolymer stamps. So let's pick that up. And what color ink do I want? Mossy Meadow, Fresh Freesia, or black? I think I'm going to go black. Gonna go for the boldness. And it shouldn't be too hard to get bold because I just re-inked my ink pad. All right, there's hello. We'll give that a little quick clean. And now we will move this magnet to the top and we will put friend down under. Now that moved. That moved on me. So let's get this set up again. I'm going to put it right on a line. Put on a magnet. Get this lined up. There we go. There we go. Our stamping is done. Take this out of the way. And this out of the way. All right, now we can layer this up on our matte layer. I don't know about you guys, but I just love this Favored Flowers DSP. I think that was my favorite celebration item. There we go. So we'll set that aside. Now this time we're going with 3/4 inch cardstock strips and 1/2 inch DSP. So this time, instead of doing a horizontal card, we're going to do a vertical card. Well, that didn't work. Let's try that again. And I did it wrong twice. Well, how many times is it going to let me take that off there before it rips? There we go. That's better. And if you wanted, you could, with 4 of them, you could, or 3, you could alternate sides of the DSP. But I'm really partial to these flowers. There, that one went on better. What was your favorite celebration items, ladies? Pop it in the comments. Tell me what your favorite thing was. There we go. Now we get to bring a card back in. And I'm going to lay this flat, I think. And we're going to put 4 of these on here. The owls for Pam. I bet you most people would say the owls. I still have one of those papers on there crooked. I apologize, but we're going with it. Once it's all together, nobody's going to know. All right, there's one. Trying to do the same distance from the top and the bottom. And then we're just going to lay these on here and dry fit them. Just so we have an idea as to where we're going to place them. Something like that. Oh, really? You like the DSP, Carol? That surprises me with you. Melanie loves that DSP too. And of course, Michelle. Michelle is a DSP-aholic. I say that in the nicest way, Michelle. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just commenting that you love DSP. There we go. Okay, that's that one. Now we're going to flip these and put on our dimensionals again, same as we did with the first card. But this one we are going to not put in the center. We're going to pop this. Where do I want it? Do I want it down here like this? Or do I want it, I think I want it down here. I'm just layering it up with the edges, bottom. Actually, I'm going to layer it with the paper so that it covers. Let me see that it covers. Yep. I'm committed. That's how it's going to be. Now, originally, I cut these in black. But, as you can see, you can't see them. Right? So then I cut them in the, what's it called? Fresh freesia. And I think those are going to be better. And I think I'm going to go with those ones. However, on the inside, oh no, I have the flower in there. All right, so we'll just go with these on the outside. Once again, I'm just going to glue them flat. Hopefully not get too much glue on these little pieces. Michelle, you have no reason whatsoever not to be confident. You have come so far for a new stamper. Your cards are beautiful. You just need, it's just that you second guess yourself. We all love them. And just hold that in place for a second. And cut-a-bam. Cut-a-bam. All right, we got lots of bits for the bits box tonight. Fold this up. Give it a burnish. And there is our card. Now we should find some embellishment for this one. Somewhere in here, I think I have fresh freesia somethings. I could go with those brass butterflies too. Those would look nice. I have fresh freesia somethings in here. Those would look nice too because they got a pinky tinge. Oh, those are flowers. We don't want those. No. Do you guys ever get in a rut where you're using the same thing over and over and over again? There they are. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that camera, ladies. Okay, so I have in color opals that have fresh freesia. And I have basic rhinestones that I colored with the markers. So let's have a look and see what we want. I'm going to grab this one and just kind of lay it there. And I don't like it because you can't see the color. So let's try these. Oh, we have some leftovers of these little babies. Maybe let's use these up. I bet you'll be able to see the color on those. Yep. All right, I'm going to put it on the black. And I have 5 of them, so I'm going to use them all on this card because 2 are not enough for anything. It has to be 3, 5, or 7. So we're just going to go like that. And we're done with that. Now, oh, the plastic bag is stuck in here. Now we need a little bit of ribbon. I think I'm going to do a knot, the same that I did with the other card. Or do I want a bow? That's pretty frilly. I think maybe a bow. All right, and I'm using the Fresh Freesia, what's it called? Open weave ribbon. I'm just making a little bow because we don't want anything big or cumbersome on here. All right. And what did I do with my glue dots? There they are. There we go. I'm just going to pop that right down here. But for this one, we're going to need additional glue dots. Oh. To tame those tails. There we go. Rip some of that off so it's not so confusing next time. Here we go. right, there we have it. Hello, friend. And then inside, that's very, very feminine and very pretty. And I have another one. This is the one I made before. And this one, of course, is in the blue and the turquoises. It's Coastal Cabana and Balmy Blue. So obviously I went with the black theme. And this was just a piece of ribbon that was actually in my scrap bin. I have no idea what that's from or even if it's Stampin' Up, to be honest. So there's the two cards. Very similar, but very different. And here are the other two. I've got them all in camera here. I think so. So super simple, girls. Use up your scraps and you guys try them with the supplies that you have and send them to me. And if you send them to me on the weekend, I will post them on Monday. And it would be nice to have a comparison of everybody's interpretation. Wouldn't that be cool? Even if you could just do one, it would be great. All right. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. See you soon. Bye-bye.